Thokozani Boo. Grand greetings and abundant blessings to us all. I go by Baba Lex. Welcome back to the channel. How do we feel? How are we going? First and foremost, before we kick off, I would love to say Thokozani to you all for being here on a Friday evening. This is the 17th of the 1st, 2025 on this Gregorian calendar. Okay, it's a Friday night. We are slightly late. Thank you for your patience. We're coming from another coaching session. All right. This is from my book, my first book, which is now up for pre-order. The link is available. The Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1. And we've been going through what the laws are. There's 3 laws. Okay. This is the 3rd. Presence. What does this mean? What do you mean presence, Baba Lex? Huh? Once again, Thokozani to all of you who continue to show us support. We have breached the 100 subscriber mark out there in YouTube. Okay, please go there and subscribe if you have not. Those of you who are starting to put some comments in, perhaps you've taken a fast. Perhaps just past Cancer Moon, you just took the fast. Perhaps you have been going into these fasts intuitively. Okay, you just yourself there. All right, we speak about this in the book, The Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1 of 3. Could be more, because these teachings are deep, right? They are teachings of the ages. Okay, it's taken me about 5 to 6 years to bring that down in terms of, how do we say, we bring that into an actual physical form. Okay, this is the prototype. This is what it's going to look like, but it's not the one. All right, so this is book 1 pretty much, Law of Attunement Teachings, 1 of 3, possibly more. All right, and today we're discussing my 3rd law, guys. I'm excited. Hopefully y'all are excited on a Friday night. You know, we go through all of the motions. All right, these are the notes for this evening. All right, as y'all begin to trickle in, it is a Friday Eve. You will see this on a replay, as per usual on the channel. Once again, thank you for the support. Thokozani. As we continue to grow, we're going for that 1K, okay, steady. We are the tortoise, not the hare. You feel me? So this is the date over here. As you know, Baba Lex, as we give our teachings on the Fridays and the Mondays, the moon days, all the way from Mzansi. And what we do is we love to just give the whole design, Thokozani, to everybody joining. We're just kicking off, right? This is the intro. This is my 3rd law of attunement. Okay, there's only 3 laws. All right, so the 3rd law is presence. Baba Lex, what does that mean? We're going to get into it. Once again, where you tuning in from? How you going? All right. You see, presence also means that if you are nowhere, okay, nowhere, that means that you are unconscious, unaware of your awareness. Okay, I'm going to explain what that means. Okay, this is all in the book. But once again, these lives are where we're able to teach. We're able to give the beings. Okay, we're able to now get on the same frequency. Okay, we compare apples with apples. Not an apple with a guava. Apple with a watermelon. No, we don't do that. Because that's the spirit of confusion. In the Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1, it's the foundation of becoming a 5th dimensional being. Okay, once again, it all starts with you. If you are 70 to 90% water, this can apply to you. If you are born from a womb, okay, womb man, a woman, okay, and you came through the portal of water, okay, I speak about this in the book. Once again, if you're not tapped in, tap into the teachings on the YouTube channel, Thokoza for over 100 subscribers. We're going for that 1K now. Thokozani. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We're about to get into the teachings, but first let's do a bit of housekeeping. Where's everybody tuning in from, huh? Thokozani. Baba Lex is in the building. Fridays, we're changing the frequency. The frequency, we shifted, okay? Because there's so many wild things happening outside. You see, we go intro, look a bit housekeeping. I'm going to give us a bit of an update on the energy. What's happening outside? You see, there's a lot of killings, especially in places where there's a lot of 𝙒𝙗𝙗. We spoke about that in one of the other lives, okay? That's a deathly thing. You need to know what it's doing to you. Even some of the clients which I coach, okay, mental health. Now you're coming from holidays. You're with family. You're seeing emotions glitch. Okay, tell me what's going on. Tell Baba Lex what's going on so that you ask the question, you receive a nice answer. An answer which makes sense. Because it's all information, but your senses are scrambled. They backed up. Your glymphatic system backed up. Your lymphatic system backed up. It's called mucus. It's called high sugars. It's called carbs. It's called meat. It's called 𝙒𝙗𝙗. Okay, it's all of these things we've already taught about. Okay, we gave the foundation, but here's the book. The pre-order links are available. Please. Once again, we're going to be going through it. It's a Friday Eve. These are the teachings. We are live Fridays and moon days. This is higher consciousness. Okay, this is spirituality, especially African spirituality, the original. If you're an original and you know that outside is wild, you're in the right place. Thokozani. Okay, I go by Baba Lex. If you need to see who I am, the descriptions are all there. Help yourself. Be emotionally intelligent over here so that we can teach one another. Okay, it's now no more enough to let the children also be confused while you're a grown person confused. That doesn't make sense if you want to be a higher being. Okay, Thokozani. As you see, we got the date, the 17th on this Gregorian calendar. Especially if you're in Southern Hemisphere, if you're still following that calendar, no wonder your stuff doesn't link, doesn't click. That's just the basic from an initiated Zulu Sangoma, okay, shaman to some of my internationals, or medicine man, okay. So this is knowledge and wisdom which it's not from this vessel. Okay, so once again, those are who come in and pop in and talk out the corner of their neck, are you religious, are you a devil, blah blah. You need to, what you must do is take away the programming inside you. Cleanser. My first law of attunement is cleanse the vessel regularly. Okay, what you do is, yeah, I'm talking to you when coming with the mouth, blah, blah. See, what that is a program. A program is a belief. In between belief, there's a lie. Watch this. Just because you believe that Christ is almighty, it stops you from being able, even you have the gift of melanin. You have the gift of a long ancient knowing. Most of our DNA is not mixed with other things. You don't get that because when are you still eating amagwinya, the fat cakes? You're smashing 𝙒𝙗𝙗 every time you get because you're traumatized. I get it. Okay, that's fine. That's why Baba Lex 𝙭𝙗𝙗. That's why I'm here, so that I can show us that there's another way to be fully yourself. Thokozani. You see, but you have to be present. You see. And that third law is just a automatic byproduct when you don't use what you think you know. Okay? Because watch this. It's also in my book. A thought, or you thinking, the act of thinking, is you justifying with yourself, when a self, that you don't know. Let me say that again for the people in the back. When you think, the act of thinking is that you're trying to justify what you don't know. You don't know it. See? So thinking is a program. It's a higher conscious. You have to be here, present. You have to be here now. You can't be anxiety, depression, all of the other stuff which doesn't allow you to be present. See, that presence is here. Now, here. You see? Now, here. This is one of my new chops, my new tats. I'm also a new tattoo artist on the market. See? Thokozani. If you're in the Johannesburg area, shout out. Shout out to my brother Kalen. At one word, if you guys want to just check that out on the platform. Alright? So before we kick in, you see, Baba Lex has to quickly show you the energy and the magnitude of this shift. Okay? Being present is not easy. Okay? To be here now constantly. That's one of the Mission Impossible. Okay, you see here we hit structured water. I have to change this label to be crusty because, you know, we go everywhere with our water. You see, this is what we sip. No alcohol, no other liquids. You know, teas, yes, of course. Especially the roots, yes, of course. Chincha, powerful, of course. Lemon, of course. See? Shout out the Lighthouse Portal, 7.11. All the way from Maui. This is where the Law of Attunement Teachings Book 1 is being independently published from and through. Okay? It's a beautiful partnership because the Lighthouse Portal, what is that? That is a space which creates space by illumination. So, once again, these teachings, since they're not normal, right? What you will call normal or society, it cannot be mass pushed. This is that structured water. Thokozani. So the Law of Attunement cannot be mass produced. It has to be independent and remain independent. Okay, this book, because it has sacred wisdom which is going to allow anybody, yes, who is born from a womb. You are 70 to 90% water. You dream. You have the ability to feel emotions. So this means you are pretty much mostly the element of water. Okay. Now, this should automatically click to what's taking place. All right? Not just without. Within. Which element governs your emotions? Water. See? Your waters are simply in acidosis. The selves, your cellular alkalinity or pH, potential hydrogen. You see? So it's either you're sitting, your condition, your human condition, which doesn't allow you to be present, is in a state of fight, flight. That then leads to fight, flight, this, that, there, the other, boom, bang, bam. You're now already playing elsewhere. You're nowhere now, instead of now here. See? This is the simplicity in the complexity of the self. Whoa. Seen? This is simply the prototype, but this is the sacred nature of the Law of Attunement. Plus, Baba Lex right here, got you. See? Anyway, you just, alright, right. Alright then, where are we going next? Hey, listen, do you want to check this out? This actually makes sense. Check this out quickly. You see? Boom. You're now playing nicely. Anywhere. See, this was my inspiration for this type of a design. Definitely grimoire type, seen? Ancient wisdom type, seen? But also what I can do, what I will be doing, is allowing them to gestate in a dark room. To infuse with energy, okay? Water carries memory, okay? We are 70 to 90% of it. I don't know but remember, there's some of us who are test tube borns. I don't know who those are, but listen, Baba Lex didn't say it here, right? You heard this elsewhere. This is for educational purposes only. Even now, Neo. Right? So this right here has the ability to transcend what we call you and color and what belief and this and any glitch in your makeup. See, because the third law just says third and final. Boop. Simple. You don't need to do Luciferianism because Lucifer is a jealous angel. It's a jealous angel. So if you're a jealous angel or a jealous child or a jealous person, I'm just saying, unhealed. Sorry. What I'm saying is, how would you behave? Seen. So now, within there, we explore. Once you have a clear vessel, you're not hijacked. You know how many questions I'm being asked, which are very silly. Questions, yes, I love them. Baba Lex, love your questions. Thokoz. But don't ask me idiot. You see? If it's common sense, maybe take a fast before you ask. That's why I say, please. I'm not being funny. Because you'll get them be like, See? Because this opens your common sense again. Our senses are hijacked. Nothing's coming. It's backed up. Not petle. You naughty ones in the back, you need to cleanse. You need structured water. Cleanse the 7 deadly sins out. You see, the reason why it's framed as 7 deadly sins is because it's identifiable. Remember, anything entity-wise darkness, once you identify as switch on the light, whoops, that thing's, you see, it doesn't want to be there. Same thing like you and parasites and all your shadow, and because your shadow is simply the child you. Once you turn on the lights and you go into presence, whoa, what takes place is first illusion of what? Scared. I put it there somewhere because I'm going through my mind. I'm going through the notes in my mind. Anyway, you see, illusion. See? Loneliness is an illusion. It does not exist. Throw that away. What allows you to feel lonely is your attachment to fake shit. Simple. You're nowhere. As opposed to being now here. That's what programming does. You have to be traumatized. Lucifer needs you traumatized so that you glitch into 7 deadly sins practices continuously. It's a self-chewing machine. Once you get in there, you in the boom 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 boom. It's head banging. You see? It's not nice. Murder on the beach, so it's not nice. It doesn't feel good in the vessel. So therefore the mind and the spirit says, well, I'm going to disassociate from that thing. That's parasites and shit. Wow. That's debt. Whoa, even today I put a video on my Instagram. I'm like, man, what's the date, guys? 17th Jan on the Gregorian blah blah. Cool shop. There's already 𝙃𝙚𝙧𝙗 stuff being hung up. How many holidays are they wanting to daze you with? Because Baba Lex is going to point everything out with force. Please watch that. What is that? Scrutinize that. All of a sudden, you're now looking for love. What? With an arrow. You see? Now, this is you looking for love with an arrow. How wild is that? Thokozani Jojo, Thokozani the Lighthouse Portal 7.11. Thokozani, is that one word? Or is that 11,235? How are you feeling? That's what? 11,235. Don't you have any, what does that mean? Is that sacred geometries? What are you talking about there? Thokozani Jojo. Hey, no, she's feeling it because truth, like a lion, does not have to defend itself. Being present is one of the most difficult things because of our monkey mind, because of our attachments, because of people pleasing. But once again, that's all, it's word salads. We need to stop that. That's Luciferian waiting for you to get gripped. Because you go nowhere. There's always something. Can't rest. See? Mind, body, spirit, off key. Completely. It's a real thing. And now, with those UVC rays mutating DNAs, and then you're playing with mRNAs, this is for educational purposes only. What's taking real place then now? Even now, what's then now taking place? Wow. You see? So 2023 will be the year which you must be adult about your own garden. As the Lighthouse Portal 7.11 says, out of Maui, Hawaii, is that your garden, make your garden a garden. So instead of wasting space, take a fast. See? Structure your water. Begin to have commune with self and cells, because then you'll begin to know without any programming, because that's what fasting does. Like I said, the question I'm getting from a lot of beings is, so Baba Lex, what religion are you? Since you're always fasting. Like, man, you know what? What I need you to do is take a fast. Just take a fast. All right? This is enough. We've been doing that. So now, if you now continuously spewing with no result, this is how you're still there. So what you're asking doesn't solve anything. What I'm saying, Baba Lex is saying, is this is solutions. You're spewing to just justify what you don't know. You know what I mean? You're playing in Luciferianism. I don't joust there. Because anywhere you go, you'll lose. It's already set up for loss or lessons. See? Depending on your consciousness. Once again, for you, it's gang losses. Yeah, it's why always me. Man, so we playing a different board game. You elsewhere. I told you I'm now here, buddy. You see? You have to fast. Just shut your fucking mouth. Shut your mouth. Boop, 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 boop. Guess what's going to take place? You will take place within your space. Boom. You will be for the first time occupying your vehicle by yourself. What do you mean about blah, blah? You see? So being present, it takes conscious, awareness. Okay, now I'm going to skip all of the blah blah because we all know all of this basic psychology, blah blah fish fish. Let's get to the fifth dimensional higher conscious, which we can ground now in the present moment. See? Okay? Yes, Jojo. Be mindful. For sure, but what does that mean? Let me pose that question back to you, because everyone will say, yes, it means, then they'll name stuff. That's fine. But give me one thing. Simplify it. What is be mindful? And then I know you're going to probably get to this. Right? To be here. You see? Probably going to get to this. To be here now. Right? Which is now here. From nowhere. But how? You're going to name meditation and practices. Right? Continue. Because this is imperative, because everyone will have the same questions. I'm not roasting you at all. This is beautiful. Jojo, you're right there. If you put yourself in the same consciousness, everyone has will or is yet to go through what you are going through now in your current reality. So this is why we're unified. We're actually connected in that there's a collective consciousness, but it's unconscious. See? That's why they say the collective unconscious. Because where does a thought go when you're done thinking it? Jojo? This is a different level of you. See, you go, you see mindful, you see presence, but that there's levels there. There's more. Ooh, Thokozani, what is this? Yeah. We love that. Abundant blessings, guys. Abundant blessings. Okay, so the Christ consciousness. Okay, but without using programs. You see, remember there's no spells for this, but this is why this is here. Everyone has their unique frequency of what that Christ consciousness is. Remember, Christ is, listen, I'm saying this with my chest. That's a fake dude. That's a Popeye. Popeye. Throw that away. Throw that thing out completely. Okay, tell them Baba Lex said so. Even show them this repeat. You see? So now what happens is, when you become here now from nowhere, or now here from nowhere, right? It's in a through the law of attunement, right? This is through my book. Remember, Baba Lex, this flesh is not writing these teachings. Okay? This is me on a higher plane, but able to ground it through the vessel. This is my divine vehicle, but this is why it has to be cleansed, has to be clean for this to make sense in all senses, and therefore also extra sensory perceptions. This is a multi-dimensional teachings. It's the teachings of the ages. Remember, you're not jousting with one thing, one plane. It's not 2D only, 3D only. Cool. First you clean up what you know, or what you think you know, until you don't have to think, because then you know. Over here, that's duality. Remember, it's playing with a certain faculty. Thinking, blah, blah, the way society is, it's designed, see, for it to function the way it is. That's why there's beings who, as they wake up, quote unquote, right? What happens is we all come in with a certain level of cleanliness. But this is why off the cuff, they traumatize, they slap that young. No, it's just to make sure that it, come on, sure there's plenty other ways to skin a cat, man. You know what I mean? But they choose to box you upon entrance. Upon entrance, you boxing. It's lit. Not even ready. You weren't ready. Boom. Okay, number one. Number two, now they're saying, do we have the 33 gauge over there? You're on the 32 gauge. They're getting needles ready to inject you with stuff. Because apparently you're going to have diseases coming from cleanliness. See, this is for educational purposes only. So, off the cuff, you're dizzy. You're made to be dizzy. And then you got beings, guardians, parents who now, with their programming, perpetuate what they think is right for you. And what they threw away in terms of their heart's desire, where the presence is, earth, anagram for heart, nature, organic, right? They left those alone. So what they do is, in a traumatized state, you push things away as opposed to taking accountability. No. Love to stay, Jojo. Jojo says she would love to stay. Please let me know when you go live again. Love and light, of course. Your presence is greatly appreciated, loved. Thokozani, that's Jojo, everybody. Yeah. You know, we're starting to see who exactly is present. Not by any other means, but by just being present. You see, when you awaken, it will be lonely. It's the hero-heroine's journey. You will be lonely. You must know this. Okay? Thokozani. Yep, give me 2 specs for the presence. Okay, so being present as my third law from the Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1, is now I'm going to teach you or go into awareness levels. There's 3 levels of awareness. Okay? Kim, how you feeling? Yes. Unlearn, stay awake. Remember, stay away from buzzwords, stay away from programming. That's why cleansing is the best way forth, according to my Law of Attunement. See? The first law. Make fasting a lifestyle. So, I'm not saying bamboozle yourself and be an 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗. You say 3-day fast with Baba Lex, a 72-hour water-only full moon fast. Nah. Begin with intermittent. And then begin to remove and see what these toxins are. You'll be super amazed, shook, but also you're going to go through stages of grief. You're going to grieve as you lose what you thought was you. This is why being present is the third law. It's the most toughest, but it's automatic. As you begin to make your intermittent fast, what you're doing is you programming consciously, okay? You're switching on your consciousness, saying only eat after 12 with the sun, and only eat before sundown, or you know what I mean? You're now switching consciously your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is governed by melanin, okay? But most melanin is off, even those with gang melanin, the originals, so, because of programming, okay? Because of all of these Luciferian false light programs that have come in as now solidified as 7 deadly sins, okay? These things are very sneaky. And since they move through the water crystal, the liquid crystal, all of that, even the structure, therefore blood crystal, DNA crystal, okay, genetic crystal, all of those, bone crystal, it now becomes a part and parcel of you. That's wild. So 3 generations ago, that disease that you will get or say that you receive by 30, 35, 40, it didn't exist. See? So that's what's scary hours. Okay? And when we now in these realms of being present, what tends to take place is that loneliness factor. Remember, loneliness is not solitude is not loneliness. Okay? Don't forget that. This is one thing that any and everybody struggles with, is this loneliness. What is that? All right? I want to actually get into that because there's a couple of beings who are really into that loneliness thing. I don't know if it's a program or if it's because you just don't know who you are at this stage, okay? With this thing, all right, of being lonely, what it is it starts from the childhood. Okay, this is your shadow. We speak about this in the book, and also check the other lives on the YouTube channel at Lex Stays Liquid, right? So it starts when you get abandoned as a child. Doesn't come what may. Okay, they could leave you over there. Maybe this can happen there. Maybe your friends just disappear at the playground. Any little thing as an imprint, but especially if your parents, especially mommy, if your mother is one of those flies, you see, maybe she does other things for her, you know what I'm saying, in those periods where a child only requires mother, only identifies with mother, and then the mother cannot be there, you see, in these moments, okay? So once again, all of these factors leave imprints, okay, within the cells, the selves, your CELLPH, potential hydrogen, okay? acidosis all the way to alkalinity. All right? And you dance between that gives your cellular mitochondria the ability for action. No matter where, whether it's in the dome, whether it's in the bones, whether it's in the blood crystal, whether it's for action, whatever the case may be, wherever there's cells and there's mitochondria, right? Your environment, your human condition, as I outlined it in my book of teachings, the Law of Attunement Teachings, will determine all of your ability to be present. Your ability to fast, okay, which is the first law. Make fasting a lifestyle. Start with intermittent. Yes, the Lighthouse Portal. Shout out _Rising. How you feeling? Shout out Kim. How you feeling, man? I love that. I love that. I love that that statement, brother. Beautiful. Shout out, is that A? Okay. Shout out Tapelo. How you feeling, brother? Shout out Queen. How you doing? How you feeling? It's a Friday Eve. We're doing some teachings with Baba Lex out here. Okay. From my first book, independently published, The Law of Attunement Teachings, book 1 of 3. Okay. Shout out to Nantutando. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? Long time. We're teaching about my third law of attunement, which is the third and final law, presence. How to be present, and what does that mean? All right. My book is pre-order link is available. Shipping will be out done from March. Within March, you'll be communicated with on the regular. Okay, this is a beautiful thing because on a Friday, being present here means that you focused, right? So we got a beautiful answer here from the Lighthouse Portal 7.11. Consistent intermittent fasting made me even more aware of the fact that most food is not even good for we. For me, in other words. Yes, for those of you who are not aware of that spelling, it's a spell. Me, flip me upside down as we. So that's a unity consciousness level of consciousness. Yes, consistent intermittent fasting made me even more aware of the fact that most food that we eat is, it's off key. It's maybe not even food, because now in the West, something came out the other day, guys. Especially 𝙬𝙬𝙐𝙬, be careful, especially with what's coming out with the the spaza shops and all of that stuff there. Is that red dye? Apparently that red dye is now coming off this, anything with red dye. So it could be red 52, it can be red 33, red 21, red 15. As long as it dyes whatever food that is, okay? It's going to be poison. It's a carcinogen. A carcinogen means that it creates cancer. Anytime you hear carcinogen, what it does, as I outline in my first book, is that your cells begin to fight themselves. You become a foreigner to yourself. So it's like 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗, when you're drunk as fuck, or you're on some other stuff, and you look in the mirror, and you want it demon. You see? What you're seeing is a manifestation of your energy. So that's what your cells do to themselves, because they stop recognizing each other. And then they even send white blood cells, blah, blah, to go and take them out, you see? Thokozani Bonabakhulu, how you feeling? Yes, Queen. Haven't seen you since that last event with the football. Yes. Out there, where was that? Centurion, nah? Time flies when you're having fun. What is time? Was that late 23 or early 24? Wow. Yes, I shall. I will do that. I'll do that in the inbox. No problem. The book is $33 US. 33 cents. That's my age currently in this Gregorian bullshit, which, we do other things. That's just simply for this vessel to identify, but it speaks to also the crucifixion of the Christ oil at 33, okay, which is not a biblical thing where I'm coming from at all. You guys can take it as that. We don't speak that way here, okay, because it's confusing for the whole design. This, as long as you are 70 to 90% water, you're born in a womb, this can apply to you, right? So what it is where was I now? How much was the book? So 33. So the 33 is where they say Kundalini. Nah? Kundalini is simply just your cerebrospinal fluid moving from your sexual fluids as they mature, okay? And they have a certain, you practice certain respect, self-respect rituals of breathing, meditations, affirmations. It's like what they say, prayer. But what we say here is, let's be emotionally intelligent. If you say the word pray, you must know that it goes both ways. It's a spell. Abracadabra. Something or someone is praying on you. That's why your things never happen. That's why 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗 still waiting, still paying tithings. The pastor's got 5 cars. Yeah, now she's still going to church, doing the same shit. So let's now qondisa about that. That's all I have to say about religion. But you see, that speaks to the 33 being crucified at Golgotha. If you look at etymology, okay, the etymology of Golgotha or Calvary, it means skull. See? So if 33 vertebrae, D, of your spine, into Calvary, into your skull. And then when you raise your cerebrospinal fluid to the 33, it gets crucified. And then at pineal. Gets crucified at pineal. Where once what? I see again or something. You know the scripture. Those of y'all who know the scripture, run the scripture there. I once saw God at pineal again, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. It talks about the pineal gland. It's a kandeni. It's in your head. It's in your dome. You see? So we now have to be emotionally intelligent about the information. Then we put it in formation. Okay? My book looks similar to this. This is one of the samples. Okay? The Law of Attunement Teachings, Book 1. Pre-order link available now. Check the Lighthouse portal. Okay? 7.11. As my moderator, right in here. That is it. Please check there. And also check all of my links at Lex Stays Liquid everywhere. Alright, so you get where I'm coming from, Siswa? Nantutando. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. So yes, red dye is now illegal. So any chips, jelly, sweets, blah blah, processed foods with a red tinge, and you look at the back there at the packet, it says red 55, red blah blah blah. 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗. It's poison. Go and do your research. This is for educational purposes only. Thokozani, yes, early 24. That event was in Waterfalls. Yes, oh yes, true. Keep on teaching us, for sure, for sure. We need the knowledge, of course. 9 January to 15 January, no food, water, sea salt. 16 till today, only eat watermelon and peanuts. If you had a name, I would shout you out. But it's user 4 blah 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 blah. Well done, yeah. But be careful with peanuts, because, and where you get them from, because of, maybe soak them. You'll know why. See the juice that comes out of there, off there. But that's a good thing. Also, you don't need nuts. What you do, depending on also your genetics, you must know your genetics. What you can do is fruits always best, but don't try not to. If you can always do what you want. But I advise in my coaching not to jump the guns. Don't be the hare. Blitz through, then you burn out. Okay, it's multidimensional types of burning out. You can also burn out spiritually. See? What you do is start where you are. If you can do maybe just a mono fruit, one type of fruit, especially if you in Africa right now, Mzansi, if there's, you can do watermelon only, just rock watermelon, 21 days, you'll change your whole design. It will be painful, yes. Will it be worth it? Yes. Will you be powerful in terms of change your whole design? Yes. There's also what we have at a 21-day rainbow fast. A liquid rainbow fast. So inquire about these things. Okay? Thokozani Medusa, how you feeling? Yeah. How you feeling, everybody? Thokozani KB Matele, how you feeling? How you feeling? Yes, please. Yes, please. Grapes are beautiful as well. Because a grape, remember wine, right? So they say wine is good for you. Okay, listen. What's not great for you is sulfites. Even the word, it has fights in there. The spell is fights. You see? Okay? So that is the preservative. It keeps its shelf life. This is what now introduces other chemicals. Chemi, alchemy, Kemet, land of the blacks. So it's going for melanin. Chemistry. What is the master hormone? Anybody? What is the master hormone? Shout out 𝙒_Rani. Shout out Luvo Thomas. How you feeling, brother? Please change your name to Luvo Thomas. Or your alias or your nickname or whatever, man. That user blah 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 wild. Because then I think, my moderator will automatically assume you're a bot. You're here to cause problems. Here we have solutions. So you will be dealt with, not in a mean way. Higher conscious. You will exit yourself because you won't know what's happening. Young Thokozani. Oh, shout out. Is that Anesu? Shout out Anesu. Yes, the 21-day liquid rainbow fast by Baba Lex and Naila at the Lighthouse portal for sure. You can actually pin that. If you want to pin that, let me pin that. So the third law, practicing presence. What I did say was, okay, guys, who's that? Shout out the killer hairball. You're a killer hairball. Wow, interesting. What we did say was, in terms of the Law of Attunement Teachings, my first book, being present, yes. Be here now, yes. Remove anxiety, yes. Remove depression, yes. Okay, cool, yes. According to the Law of Attunement, the first law is cleanse thy vessel regularly. So when you begin to cleanse your vessel regularly, what takes place is you begin to acquaint yourself with you again and your cells. It's in the book, right? So this process automatically will check you into law number 2, which is engage in shadow work. Okay, which will click you automatically into law number 3, presence. Okay, no one knows how to be present because number 1, we're not taught. It's not a part of the design. Okay, so if it's not part of the design, that means it's one of Lucifer's fuels. So you being confused, okay, and nowhere, as opposed to now here, okay, seen, that is optimal presence for what to take place, huh? Anesu, what takes place when you are nowhere? Where does Lucifer love to play? Within where, Anesu? Huh? I know you know. Come on. Yes. Because once again, remember that Luciferian false light programming is a pattern or patterns. You see? Those patterns are what? Habits. A habit is a pattern, right? So then a pattern makes a behavior. That behavior creates the belief. See? Or it gives rise or environment or condition for beliefs. Wow. Now you've been conditioned, the human condition, blah, blah, between the ages of 0 and 7, to now have no choice but to think that practicing this is normal. gluttony, greed, lust, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. But not just that it's normal, but that it you cannot help it. It's almost a compulsion. Yes. See? Shout out 𝙒𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. Shout out Alien Face. Yes, the Lighthouse Portal has the Present Moment podcast on Spotify. The Present Moment podcast. Please check that out. In how to be present. Okay? Some little beans. Jack, Jane. For you to go and grow your beanstalk. 𝙒𝙚𝙗𝙗𝙧𝙗. Take the information and put it in formation. Okay? So, you cannot be present, number one, if you're still practicing these. Yes, you can step into a meditation. Yes, you can create, but once again, the energy for flip-flopping, because of that, not only UVA, UVB, but UVC rays, is not allowing for that to take place. See? The more you glitch into the 7 deadly sins, the more you now start to play with the real stuff. Enter the real shadows, which is quote-unquote demons. This is for educational purposes only. Okay, you get tormented now. Right? Whatever you are, whatever blah 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 you believe in, there's a tormentation. Your mind not right. Can't sleep at night correct. You dizzy. Oh, seeing things corner the eyes. Oh, shakes. Woo. Nervous system shaky. Boom, boom. You're not in your vessel. You're not sitting in here. Okay? You require escapism. This is when you abandon your masculine principle, your masculine nature, which is the actionables of you. All of your actionables off key. So therefore, a wounded actionables look like addiction. No, might as well. Looks like sedentary. Looks like laziness. What? Sloth. Also looks like lust. Hyper masculine. Toxic masculine. See where we're going with this? It's all energy, frequency, vibration. But once again, the pre-order link is available. The Law of Attunement Teachings, Book 1. In order for you to be present, you cannot be glitched from your mind space from the present. Once again, according to the Law of Attunement, right, there's 3 modes we step into in terms of presence. You can, where you are now, should this be skibberich to you, watch this. You are unconsciously unaware of your awareness. Okay. You now step into you start to accept things. You go through the, maybe 5, 6 of the 7 or more stages of grief about information which you thought, once again, you pulling, your beliefs, blah, 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 they all start glitching, right? Then you become into the awakening phase, perhaps, right? Boom. Wow, this world is fucked up. Blaggedy, 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 cool. Shut your mouth now. Listen. Boom. Then you move into the conscious, from unconscious, unaware, awareness. Now you're in conscious, unaware, awareness. So you're conscious that you're unaware of your awareness. Baba Lex, you're now slapping it correct. Of course. 1000%. Once again, this is now a different dimensional teachings of the ages. So Baba Lex, please, once again, the presence, according to the Law of Attunement, once again, you kicked off dizzy, dazed, nowhere, right? You were nowhere, but now here. Once again, you are therefore unconscious of your unaware awareness. You are unconsciously unaware of your awareness. You are unconsciously unaware of your awareness. You are unconsciously unaware of your awareness. Your spirit is your awareness. Your essence. Breath. Your heart. That is the actual presence. That's the awareness. Seen? Boom. Once you're still there, nowhere, right? You're in nowhere land. So now Baba Lex is showing you how to get to now here from nowhere. But you didn't have to go anywhere, right? You don't have to go to Kilimanjaro lab, Thokozani. You don't have to go to the pyramids. You do a great trek, Cape to Cairo lab, for sec. You don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? All right? It's a beautiful thing when you know what's going for what. Now Baba Lex is saying, don't be dazed in the weekdays, therefore by the weekend, you're weakened. This is strength, so that by the strength end, you're strengthened. Okay? With information which you've put in formation, because you're now emotionally intelligence. Thank you, Thokozani. Unconscious, unaware awareness. That is where you are. Your awakening takes place now. Wow, the world is not what it seems. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, my family this. Oh, my relationship. Oh, actually, what they taught me was trash. Oh, in fact, the system is blah. All of that is awakenings. Blaga, 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 blaga. That's the chaos, right? Chaos is simply darkness, but also darkness is creation. So you plant seeds in darkness. You see, don't plant them outside. According to my book, The Law of Attunement Teachings, right? So now, this awakening moves you from an unconscious, unaware awareness state of being to a conscious, unaware awareness state. You're now conscious of things, that it's something affecting your you being you. Now you're conscious of your unaware awareness. You then begin to practice presence, solitude, as opposed to loneliness. You then take fasts, not for religious purposes and beliefs. You're now fasting because you feel good. You're able to operate on a higher level. You are a now moving fifth dimensional being. Remember, we're not designed to constantly chew. Check your genetics, check your DNA. Some of us more than others. But ultimately, should you have a spirit? Should you be 70 to 90% water? Should you be born from a womb? Should you have dreams? This will apply to you. My book will apply to you. Pre-order links are available. Check out the Lighthouse Portal 7.11 as well as myself at Lex Stays Liquid everywhere, right? So now as you move into all of these cleansing and clearing of your multi-dimensional self, guess what takes place? Wow. The presence starts to sit in. Just like my inspiration, Bruce Lee. Be water, my friend. You pour water into a cup, it becomes a cup. You pour water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You pour water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. So you can either flow or you can crash. Be water, my friend. So Baba Lex is saying, be liquid, my friend. Okay? You take a fast. You take the first, second, and third law of attunement. Alright? The first law of attunement is begin to consciously take a lifestyle of fasting. Start with intermittent. Be the tortoise, not the hare. Don't blitz through burnout multidimensionally. Okay? Be here now. Presence. Remember, you're already there automatically without even practicing it. Thokozani. So now, as this begins to be automatic, you will automatically glitch, shift, whatever you want to call it, quantum leap, boom, be aware now of, I'm in the second law of attunement, which is engage in shadow work. Once you begin to engage in shadow work, guess what takes place? You start to acquaint yourself with your shadow. Your childlike you, who now is reacquainted through your conscious awareness, right? That is the final point where you reach presence. Being consciously aware of your awareness, right? You're now consciously aware of the awareness that wounded you is still available. And what you did was you put up ghouls, goblins, masks on, mask off, you see, to be the, this is my suit me. This is my party. Yeah. This is my boom, boom. You see, you put on all of these things, what? To practice the 7 deadly sins. Because we are all born into Luciferian false light programming, right? Gluttony, greed, lust, sloth, wrath, envy, pride. Everybody. Now, since that begins to get cleared, cleansed, and clarified through practicing the 3 laws of attunement, what happens is you become presence. Remember what they say. Presence is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. Baba Lex, the law of attunement, we say, patience is not a virtue, nor is it a timed task. Patience is a state of being. Sincerely, emotional intelligence. With that being said, we are present. We are in gratitude. We always allow ourselves to feel. Be liquid. Remember, these waves of energy are not going to let up. Therefore, this is necessary. But you cannot bypass to jump to presence if you don't even know that all the programming in you and those parasites are not you. Those compulsions are not you. What you eat does not need to be eaten. Okay? All of this must be awakenings within the self and the cells. It's a you and you, not a you versus you. This is why you still believe. Alright, beloved? In order to be present, please be here now. You move from a state of nowhere to now here. I am Baba Lex. This is the Law of Attunement Teachings on a Friday evening. My Law of Attunement third law, which is presence. Practice presence. Be present. When you be, you make honey. With that being said, remain blissful. Stay liquid. Thokozani